Alright, got an exciting day ahead. So we've got the power company is finishing up their ditch. And we've got my wife here with her brand new Husqvarna chainsaw. We just picked this up on the way up here, and we're going to teach her how to operate a chainsaw.
Very excited.
Very excited. So hang out for a minute, and we'll get this going. So on the way up here, we picked up this Husqvarna chainsaw. It's a Husqvarna 440E E-Series. I've never had a Husqvarna chainsaw. I've got a Stihl and I've got a Home Light, but this weighs about 10 pounds.
Easier for me to pick up.
Yeah, pretty lightweight.
Not too heavy. What size is the
And
blade?
I think it's a 19-inch blade. 16? I can't remember.
I think it's 16.
16-inch blade.
Yeah.
So we've got all the safety equipment for the missus, just like mine. Chainsaw chaps, helmet, earmuffs, something to protect your face, gloves. So we're gonna get this thing fired up and see what we can do. See how. Yep. Yep. So we went through all the safety precautions that we should be thinking about, what I think about when I'm cutting a log, and went over the operation of it. We've got the bar oil, standard place for bar oil to go, standard place for the two-stroke oil to go, two-stroke fuel to go. Your choke and your stop switch on the back here are exactly opposite of my Stihl. You push up for choke and down for kill, which makes a little bit more sense to me. On my Stihl, it's down for choke and up for kill, which makes it harder. You almost have to take your hand off the trigger and pick up on the button to get it to stop, which I don't think is a very safe operation of a chainsaw, but I like this way better. And you've got your throttle lock and your throttle.
We already filled it up.
Yep.
Got gas.
It's full of bar oil. It's full of gas. It's ready to go. We gotta get it primed up here and get it fired up. First time getting fired up, so we'll see how easy that is. It shouldn't be too hard with a...
It has instructions.
Yep, it does have instructions right there on the back, just in case you forget. And a customer assistance number. If you ever forget what you're operating, you can call a customer assistance and they'll tell you it's a chainsaw.
Do you think they'll hear me over the sound of the chainsaw?
Maybe. So what do you think?
I thought that was a lot of fun and a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Very easy with a brand new sharp chain, that's for sure. But it's pretty lightweight and you're comfortable.
Yeah,
I mean,
not bad at all. Huh?
made a few cuts so you can hold it up just fine. I mean,
I might end up with some calluses on my hands, but I think I can survive.
think you can survive with that
so.
nice little Husqvarna chainsaw?
Now I can help you after you cut down the trees. I can cut firewood for you.
Yep. Cut firewood up, we get the kids to split it up and we'll be good to go. Alrighty, let's move on to the next project for the day. We're almost done with that ditch.
Yay.
Might be able to lay some of that conduit up in that ditch and
Oh, good.
get it all done today.
Let's go.
Alright. Alrighty. We've got this ditch. Went all the way down there. And all the way up there. Almost done. We're going to start laying out our conduit. It's going to go in this ditch and gluing it together. Lay it out up on the side somewhere. So when they're ready to put their conduit in, we can put our conduit in at the same time. Alright, so we got the cables in the ground and my PVC for future telephone or cable is coming up right there. It's also in the ground. They did me a favor and connected that end of the PVC from my phone to my cable. They connected it to a power pole for me. And they're backfilling it and putting red tape in and backfilling more. And my daughter's collecting rocks.
Hey.
Landscaping rocks, right? Uh-huh. Next up on the agenda, pull that conex box forward, or try to. Again, this is my second attempt. I tried just pulling it, just with the straps in my truck, just to see if it would drag it. That thing weighs 8,245 pounds dry. It's pretty heavy to be dragging across the ground, but I thought maybe my truck might do it, so I tried it. It didn't do it. I come up with this idea of making a lever system, something that would give my truck more pulling power. And even in 4 low, which is where I had it, it wouldn't do it before. But this system over here, let's get you a good look at it. Got the chain to the corner to a strap, and these straps are rated at 32,000 pounds brake strength, which is when they break, 32,000 pounds. Goes over to a log. This log pivots on that small tree until it breaks, and then it pivots on the big tree, which will not break. I don't know if that small tree is going to break or not, but we're going to find out. And you move your pivot points right here, the strap to the conex box, and the strap to the truck is way out here. So I pull way out here, pull this way, and then there, it doesn't pull as much, but it gives it more power. There's a couple variables. I don't know how strong that tree is, and I don't have a lot of room to work with. I'm right up against that other tree over there. So I'm gonna give this a little trial run, and we're gonna see how it does. Hopefully I can use this method to pull this conex box forward. It's got to come forward about 6 to 8 feet. So I'll have to grab onto it multiple times, because I'm only going to be able to pull it forward, I don't know, maybe a foot at a time, maybe 6 inches at a time. But if it works, I can get the thing where I want it without having to call some heavy equipment in, which I won't do. If I can't pull it forward, then it'll just stay there. But we'll set up the tripod and give it a whirl. Hang out. So that first pull worked so well, but when we got about 1.5 to 2 inches maybe out of that pull, so we set it up again, and we went to get a little bit more pull out of each try. And we moved the strap over. The strap is connected to the conex box. We moved it over about 1.5 feet, and it was too much for that log to handle, that tree, so it broke it. And I barely even pushed on my gas to get the truck to move forward, and it split that. It started to pull just a little bit and then split it. So we're gonna set up another log, or set it up a different way, and see if we can get just a couple inches at a time to get this conex box forward before the sun goes down. So we'll try this again. All right, so that didn't work so well. First attempt, broke that log. I didn't know quite how much stress that log could handle, but we found out it wasn't. We got a little greedy on our straps, and it snapped that log. What we ended up doing that worked was using both the halves and strapping them together and just working it little by little. Now I've got some pictures of it, but I don't have video footage because my GoPro is kind of going dead. But seeing these pictures here, you can see how I kind of hooked it up. I've got it strapped to the truck. I've got it strapped to the conex box, and I moved the tree, or the tree trunk, to one tree closer. And that tree that I'm pivoting off is going to get cut down anyways. I know I'm ripping the bark off it as I'm doing this, but it doesn't matter. That tree's got to go. So that ended up working. That worked beautifully. Truck didn't have to work so hard. We just kept kind of ratcheting, readjusting the chain, pulling it forward 6 inches, readjusting the chain, and it got the conex box pulled forward just where we want it. The other thing we had to do was get them the right width. It was like 14 foot wide here, 13 foot wide at the other end. So we used come-alongs, chains, chain binders. Got the back end shrunk up to 12 foot. Then we set it there with chains and a chain binder. And then we got the truck over here and hooked it to the bottom of that one and just bumped it forward in four-wheel drive, or bumped it sideways in four-wheel drive, and it pulled that conex box right over. So now it's, I think it's 11 foot 11 inches all the way between them, and they're flush in the front, so I can put a roof over it, and the roof will have a little bit of slant. The one up on this uphill side, maybe 8 inches, 12 inches higher, so I get a little pitch to the roof. I don't know what I'm going to use for a roof yet, but we'll figure that out as we need it. So one more thing that happened today. We got electricity done. It's in. Our driveway is much cleaner. That guy running that the backhoe operator, that guy knows what he's doing. He knows how to run a backhoe real well. He dug that ditch straight down the driveway. They put the pipe in. They put the power box in. They've got it over to the temporary power. We actually have power in both our campers right now. We have power. But if you look up that driveway, it's smoother, it's wider, it's a little bit straighter. It looks nice. I like it. And eventually, after we get our house built, we'll probably reroute our driveway, and we'll plant a couple trees here so that our house doesn't shoot directly up the driveway. But we have power, and that's a bonus. So if you like this video, you like the ingenuity we got going with these logs and pulling this conex box forward, smash that like button. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any more, and we'll catch you next time. Go make something.